What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy, Big Johnny G, the Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. And I want to thank everyone that's been subscribing to the Two Gun Pixie channel. Very awesome of you to do so. You know, we drop a video every day, 7 days a week, minimum of one video a day here on this channel. Friday and Saturdays, we do live playthroughs. So I want to thank everyone that's been coming over to the Two Gun Pixie channel. Thank you so much. But today, right now, we're here for another Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. This is a series where I tell you about a game I enjoy, I love, and why I think you, my friends, may enjoy the game as well. Now, today's topic is an interesting game, actually an interesting series of games, to tell you the truth, that all share an extremely common denominator, and that is every single one of these games, my friends, is in a constant state of flux. So the Fluxx games are really fun. We have enjoyed them and played them for years now, but to be honest, they kind of been a little bit off the radar. I mean, you've seen, if you follow all our shows, then you've seen a couple of Slideshow Gaming Sundays where they've been featured. I think we so far featured just recently, the most recent one was Cthulhu Fluxx. And I think before that, a couple of weeks before that, I think we ended up doing Star Fluxx. Might have been Zombie Fluxx. But the point is, we've been playing these games again, they've been hitting the table again, and we've been having so much fun that I decided that maybe it's time to talk about Fluxx here with you on Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. So that's what we're going to do. These are an interesting set of games, and they're called Fluxx because the rules are constantly in a state of flux. They're constantly changing and evolving as the game goes on. That's what makes it so very interesting. So we're going to take a few minutes. I see there's some space. There's some space over by the bench. So why don't we sit down and take a few minutes, and I'll tell you about this game and a bunch of the different variants that they have for it. Always fun. All right, everyone. Thank you very much, and I will see you all down at the table. Welcome. So the bench ended up filling up really fast. So here I am. So my friends, we are here to talk about a game that I love and I think that you will enjoy also. This is a series of games, but they're not really interconnected, although they can be. That's a game by Looney Labs. You gotta love that name, Looney Labs. And the game is called Fluxx. Now there is a general basic Fluxx, but there are tons and tons and tons of alternate fluxes. Now this game is called Fluxx because the game is always in a state of flux. Now this game you're going to find extremely simple, very simple. So fast to set up as well. All it is a deck of cards. That's it. So you're going to start with a shuffled deck, and you're going to start with the basic rules, which is draw a card, play a card. And that's all you got to know. No, really, that's all you got to know. You don't even have to know how to win the game. You don't know how to win. That's because you haven't been told yet. You haven't been told yet. That's right, there are certain cards that you and the other players are going to play that will give you a goal to win the game. Now the goal, like everything else in this game, is in a constant state of flux. Because any player during their turn can put down a new goal, changing things completely. You could have been one card away from winning. And all of a sudden your buddy decided to change the goal on you. So in that respect, it does have a little bit of a take that aspect to it, but not generally speaking the way most take that games are. Now this game has tons and tons of variants on it, and they all have the same basic rules. There's Chemistry Fluxx. There's Wizard of Oz Fluxx. There's Monty Python Fluxx. I've seen a Deep Space Nine Star Trek Fluxx. There's a drinking Fluxx, a stoner Fluxx. There's a farming Fluxx, I believe, as well. There are all different kinds of Fluxxes. Now, lately, we've been having it hit the table again. Within the last 6 weeks, I think, we've seen all 3 of them, actually, that I own being played at the table. Star Fluxx, I also own Cthulhu Fluxx, and Zombie Fluxx. And they've all hit the table recently. And we still have so much fun with this game. Now, each of the variant games are going to have a little bit that's different, like the Cthulhu Fluxx has a Doom tracker. There are Doom icons on certain of the cards. And different of the cards that you play are going to be affected by how much Doom you, or collectively, is at the table. And remember, in a Lovecraftian style game, Doom is never good. Now, so those are the only 3 that I've actually played. I know Tommy V also happens to have the Monty Python Fluxx, and I gotta try that one. I just really do. I'm a huge Monty Python fan. So it doesn't matter what really your likes are. There's gonna be a Fluxx out there for you. In fact, for years, I thought to myself that one of the best ways to approach a Doctor Who game would be through Fluxx. And a year or 2 ago, they came out with the Doctor Who Fluxx. I gotta get my hands on that one too. Fluxx is a system that's gonna keep you entertained. It's gonna keep you mildly and entertainingly slightly at each other's throats. Just enough so you know it's a competitive game, but not so much that you're gonna lose friendships over this, like, I don't know, Monopoly or Ticket to Ride. Now, this has just enough of it that it doesn't get out of hand, it doesn't get out of control. And it's constant. Constant! Because things are always changing during the course of the game. Everything could change completely by the time it gets around to your next turn. You never know what's going to happen in this game. In fact, the last game that we played, I introduced Christopher to the new game, our newest 20-sided warrior. I introduced him to Fluxx, and he housed me on it. He took me to school on that one, and it was in a sense, it was a very typical game in the sense that I had no idea that he was about to win, and a card was played down, and next thing you knew, he had both the goals needed, and boom, he won the game just like that. Now, these games are fast also. They shouldn't take you more than 45 minutes. Depends really on how many players you have. Now, because of the similarity in these games, you do have the option, if you want to mix them up. Now, a year, or was it 2 years ago already? Wow, time goes by fast. For Halloween, me and the 20-Sided Warriors ran a Cthulhu Zombie Fluxx game. That was a mistake. See, not all the games will mesh all that easily, as we found out. Now, those 2 did mesh mechanically and thematically perfectly. But because you're dealing with multiple sets of decks and have their own goals in them, and the goals in each deck are tied to cards specifically in that deck, it really made getting those goals 100 times more difficult. But we still had so much fun playing it. And that's the case with every time, every game, every version of Fluxx that we've thrown down on the table. It may be almost a year goes by before we play, maybe a few months. But it doesn't matter, because we always have that same level of fun. It's so worth it. I think Fluxx is a game you should look at. If you are looking for a fast play filler game to add to your collection, a game that's easy to travel with, that has almost zero setup time, that can be taught to anybody within moments, you know, this actually makes it a pretty good gateway game. It's the kind of game that you're going to get to the table easily, and you're going to be having a lot of fun with your friends playing this game in no time. I think you definitely need to look up the Looney Lab games. They have a ton of Fluxxes. I'm sure you're going to find one that's going to pique your interest. Well, thank you. I hope we have continued to pique your interest over on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. Thank you all for checking it out. I want to say thank you also to everyone that's been going over to our Two Gun Pixie Zazzle store. I mean, it's nice. I know we've made a few sales, so that is beautiful that you've been going over and buying things, but it's also beautiful that you just go over and look. That you just give us a few minutes of your time to go take a look to see if there's any nerdy RPG-inspired designs that you're going to like. That means a lot to me. Just taking a look. Thank you so much. And the biggest thank you of all, as always, my friends, goes out to each and every one of you. You subscribe to the channel, you watch the videos, you comment, you like, and you share. Thank you so much. Thank you for not forgetting to share the videos of ours that you like to show other people that you think that we are worth the time. That is the greatest compliment you can give me, or as far as I know, any content creator. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm your buddy Big Johnny G. The Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and my friends, I am